So the number one safety in this NFL draft, undoubtedly, I think the consensus all agrees, is Brian Branch out of Alabama, coming in at 6 foot, little light on the safety side at 190 pounds, or excuse me, maybe not light, but a little heavy. Nonetheless, the weight could be some concern for people with this safety. 21 years old. Some will say that he could play this slot cornerback role in the NFL, and we did kind of see that at Alabama as well. Only 101 snaps at traditional safety, so he is going to need some more work in that role. Some are saying he's kind of like a Jimmy Ward play style. He runs a 4.58, had 14 reps on the bench, 37.5-inch vertical. So he's got good athletic traits. Looking at some of his numbers and just how he defended at Alabama at the safety position, 2 interceptions, 6 pass breakups, 7 pressures, 3 sacks at the safety position, and then a total of 89 tackles. Speaking of him being a tackler, he does not miss a lot of tackles. One of the better tacklers at the position, and really in this class on the defensive side of the football. 3.3 missed tackle rate. I want to make sure my mic is good. I'm pretty confident that it is, but okay, cool. Sometimes I plug it up right before we get going, so I wanted to make sure it was solid there. But yes, getting back to Brian Branch, undoubtedly the best safety in the NFL draft. This guy plays big. He really relies on physicality, really relies on contact. Again, standing at 6 foot, weighing 190 pounds, and he plays very well positionally. It feels like he's always in the right place at the right time, knowing how to drop back into that coverage, playing man up on some press if he needs to. And being in the SEC, I'll always have respect for the defensive players that are out of the SEC. We know the type of teams that they go up against. We know that the SEC is usually contending in the playoffs for the title game. A lot of smash mouth defenses, Georgia, Alabama. I mean, you name it in the SEC, they're going to be worth it. LSU, a couple of years ago, you could have picked their entire defense clean. Now, yes, that was the 2020 class, but them being known as DBU, you're going to see Alabama have some players perform well in the NFL, and out of this draft, Brian Branch is definitely going to be one of those. Now, you do look at he plays bigger than he is, which is really good. You do have some safeties out there that could, again, fluctuate on the weight and the height, but the way that he carries his play style works out well for him, clearly getting him the number one spot in the NFL draft at this safety position. A 4.58, like I mentioned, on the 40, so he's going to have decent speed at the position. The number 2 safety in the NFL draft is going to be Sidney Brown out of Illinois, 5'11", 211 pounds, so pretty solid on his weight. 23 years old coming into the draft, and he's going to be more of your versatile safety, not so much in the slot like Brian Branch was. He's going to be able to, drop back in coverage, going to be able to maybe see a burner coming over the top end, be able to play that side to side safety, and really like the secondary players in the NFL need to be, and really just with defense in general, all of the speed, the offensive league in the NFL, you need to be able to play between the numbers and also sideline to sideline. There's going to be people out there looking to put up yards, put up points. He runs a better 40 than Brian Branch, runs a 4.47, 40.5-inch vertical, so a little more of an athlete than Brian Branch as well. But he does have this big hit mentality about him, so that can result in some missed tackles. And we know when you're playing in the secondary position, whether you're a linebacker or whether you're just going to tackle in general, having that big hit mentality and not just looking to wrap up, have that simple textbook tackle, live to see another play, can be a downfall of some people, and unfortunately can even cause injuries as well. You also look at the fact that he does have some average change of direction ability, which isn't the best thing, again, to be in the NFL. He is going to be a versatile safety, like I mentioned earlier, but being able to change your direction at a quicker rate, again, with the hips, with the footwork, something that he definitely can improve on. But let's get to some positives about him. Again, he runs a 4.47, 40.5-inch vertical, going to be that versatile type safety in this draft. Number 2 prospect for me. 5 pressures, 6 pass breakups, 6 interceptions, 71 tackles. Tremendous explosiveness and tremendous range, though. As much as he could change direction better, once he does get turned, he can track you down on the field utilizing that 40 speed, the explosiveness pairing with that big hit mentality, and he will put a hit on you, but you do want to see him hit more of those tackles in the league. Very big build at the 211 pounds, and in 2022, you can tell that he really worked on his ball skills, whether it was tracing the receiver, whether it was tracing the football, getting his hands up, looking for more pass breakups. Again, he had 6 of those. He continues to work on that, and he'll get to the league at the next level. And unless you're Brian Branch, you're not going to be, and maybe even Brian Branch isn't going to be a first-round pick in the NFL draft. But Sidney Brown out of Illinois, being that day 2 pick, being the number 1 safety in the NFL draft, nothing but respect for him. And I can't wait to see how his career plays out. I mean, when you have a 40.5 inch vertical as a safety in the league, being versatile, it's going to definitely compliment you. The number 3 safety in this NFL draft, Antonio Johnson out of Texas A&M, running a 4.52 40, so he's going to be able to use some of that to his advantage as well. Only got up 8 reps on the bench, only had a 31.5 inch vertical, so you are going to see that athleticism fall off some, but with the 40 time, he's 6'2", 198 pounds, 21 years old, so he's got good height. Clearly, one of the younger guys coming into this draft. And he's going to be able to be a little versatile as well, more of maybe like a box safety and then moving around into the slot as well. Long frame, great downhill burst again at 6'2", 40 time of 4.52. He is going to be able to play along the line of scrimmage like a linebacker, which is a very attractive trait when you're going into the NFL, being able to play sideline to sideline, understanding that you're going to have to catch those types of players in the league because that's what the NFL is turning into. And having speed and agility, athleticism on your side, especially at this position, because you can start as a safety, maybe move you into the linebacker position, get you up on the line of scrimmage. So being able to have that really going to be beneficial. And then he is violent at the catch point. I mean, when the catch point is happening, when that's there, he's going to be able to be there and blow up that play. No question about it. And that's something, being able to be quick to the ball, being able to have that reaction speed and reacting once you do have that play happening in front of you. I mean, that could be potentially breaking up a pass. That could be potentially a fumble, and all very, very positive things. So my top 3 safeties in this draft: number 1, Brian Branch out of Alabama; number 2, Sidney Brown out of Illinois; number 3, Antonio Johnson out of Texas A&M. I almost put Jordan Battle in here, but I didn't know if I wanted the entire safety tandem of Alabama in the NFL. They're both going to be drafted, Brian Branch and Jordan Battle. Jamie Robinson looks very good as well. None of these guys are perfect prospects, though, like we always say. Let me know what you guys think. What are your safeties coming into this NFL draft?